Hello and welcome back to Solid. My name is Jake. Thank you guys very much for joining me in your St. Louis Battlehawks are 2-1 after just the most feast or famine game ever. Not ever, not ever, but god damn it, man. That was good, and then it was bad. It was good. It was pretty good. It was, I might say, really good at points. And then, at the other points, which unfortunately outweighed the good points, the other points were just horseshit. I mean, golly, buddy, that man. Okay, so the Battlehawks lost 27-15 to the Commanders, and it was you could see through the game that Jordan Ta'amu, listen, I'm not one to toot my own horn that much. I'll toot it when it deserves to be tooted, and I'm going to toot it right now because this horn's a begging to be tooted. Man, Jordan Ta'amu stinks. He stinks. But then, unfortunately, the Battlehawks, they gambled. They gambled on number 10 in white. They gambled on that cat, and man, when he was on, he was on. And unfortunately, the times that he was on were touchdowns. And the times that he wasn't, it sucked. It sucked. It really, really sucked. I don't know. The defense, both defenses really won. I say won the game. Both defenses were the better side of the ball for the most part. I mean, I think the defenders had something like 9 tackles for a loss or something like that. Man, the Battlehawks offense was just stagnant. Let's start there. The Battlehawks offense. Okay. Manny Wilkins, he didn't have a good game. He did not have a good game. And I've shit on the guy before. I shat on him all over him. I just went full IBS, pulled the pants down, and just put my thumb over the hose of my anus and just sprayed shit. And I did that, and I'm gonna own up to it. And then he started playing good at the beginning of this year, and I think honestly, we're looking at the same kind of a sample size on either end now. We're looking at, well, I say same size. We've seen more bad than good from Manny Wilkins. I believe in my heart of hearts, and listen, I want to not believe. Listen, if there's anything about me, is that I want to be able to take a dump on somebody. It's so much more fun to complain about people than it is to congratulate them, okay? It's more fun to watch somebody that does something that's congratulation worthy. That is undoubtable. But it's just like on a personal level, me to you as a person, I'm looking at you right in the eyes. Speaking of which, if you're listening to this on at Solid on Apple or Spotify, you can watch it on YouTube at Solid Pod. If you're watching it on Solid Pod on YouTube and you don't want me to look you in the eye, you don't have to. You can listen to it on Apple and Spotify. It's at Solid on there. But I'm looking at you right in the eye right now. Listen, if you're watching it, I want you to know that I'm trying to make direct eye contact with you, okay? It is so much more fun to dump on somebody than it is to congratulate somebody. It's so much more fun to watch somebody do good that deserves congratulatory things than it is to watch somebody do some stupid bullshit that deserves to get dumped on. I just want to make sure we're on the same page right now. I just want to level with you. And damn it, man, Manny did not have a good game. Old Manny Wilkins. There was times, man, and it's not his fault completely. He did some dumb shit. He was leaving later in the game. He was leaving the pocket early. Clean pockets, leaving clean pockets, man. Leaving clean pockets. You leaving clean pockets, Manny? We're doing this shit again. We're leaving clean pockets. We're going to leave clean pockets. We're going to roll out to the right, and then we're going to throw across the field, not across the entire field, but you're going to throw across the field and throw interceptions? Buddy, I thought we were past this. Dude, I thought we were past it, man. And then you're going to do that bullshit? Come on, friend. Buddy, we're rooting for you here. Man, you put together 120 minutes of good football, and then you come out here with this load of shit. And then it's forcing assholes like me to be like, no, Manny's not the problem. Manny's not the problem. It's the play calling that's the problem. And I'm right. The play calling sucked. The play calling was dog shit. The play calling was absolutely ass. But last week I said, hey, I think that this offense is getting too cute. And then I went back and I watched, and I was like, maybe they're not getting too cute. Maybe they're scheming stuff open. And then they come out here and they're like, hey, we schemed stuff open last week. Let's try to scheme some stuff open this week. Except instead of scheming stuff open, they just did some cute fucking bullshit, man. It's like that first fucking, what is this? I need to go back. My first note on offense for this game, because again, at the game I bring my iPad like I look like a fucking asshole. I look like an asshole for you guys. I look like an absolute asshole. I'm sitting in the section 313. I'm sitting right next to the broadcast booth, writing on a goddamn iPad like some kind of fucking jamoke. All right, I'm doing this for you guys. I would rather not do that. I would rather not look like some kind of asshole. But I'm sitting there, I'm looking like an asshole. That's the situation. That's where we're at. I'm trying to get past it in my own head, but there's a mental block, and we'll get past it. All right, first note that I wrote for the offense was Darby bullshit end around on second down. And I nailed it. It was bullshit. They're getting too fucking cute right off the bat. Why on earth are we starting these games off where we're doing shit where there's a potential for a massive loss of yardage? And then guess what, man? Guess what? It's not just that there's a potential for it, it's that potential turns into reality. Last week they did the fucking backwards pass to Blake Jackson, gets taken down. He gets the ball to him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage, gets taken down 2 yards short of the line of scrimmage. This game, fucking what's his name? Not Kevin Darby, Travis Darby, whatever, Darby. And it's not his fault. It's not his fault, man. It's not his fault. It's that these plays are ass. And I'd been congratulating Phil McGeegan, new offensive coordinator, put 2 pretty good games together. Guys coming in as a wide receivers coach. To an offensive coordinator. Obviously, the problem there is that this guy looks at the offense from a wide receiver's point of view rather than a quarterback's point of view, and you would rather have your offensive coordinator look at the offense from the quarterback's, like what I'm saying. You don't want him to look at it from the playmaker's point of view. You want to look at it, the guy that's controlling the offense, the guy who has the ball every single fucking play. You want the offensive coordinator to be able to see the game from that guy's point of view. You want them to be able to relate there. And then Phil McGeegan, dude, this guy, he's just don't do bullshit, man. Don't call fucking bullshit. Fuck, like what? Why are? I understand that you want to get your guys, the guys that you like, the guy that plays that play the position that you played. I understand that you want them to get yardage, but to do that without having any fucking, like, okay, there's an idea that maybe this team that you're playing has watched the film from previous games, and that they're going to take that and it's going to play into what they're doing this game. You know what I would like for you to do? Don't overthink it like that. When you're scheming a play open in this game, scheme it open with plays that happened in this game. To do stupid bullshit like an end around with your second play of the game is just like, brother. I mean, like, why? Why are we wasting plays like this, wasting drives like this, and then the next play, Manny fumbles the ball? It's like, man, it's really frustrating to watch, and I wish I wasn't this attached to it. You think I'm happy like this? You thinking that your boy Jake is enjoying this? No, this is fucking spring football. The Eagles won the fucking Super Bowl, and I'm sitting here and I'm bitching about Frank Darby's his name. Fucking Frank Darby. And I'm bitching about Frank Darby and Phil McGeegan doing some goddamn cockhead shit, man. It's like, why are we doing this? The offense, the point of the game is the offense never got anything going. The offense never got a goddamn thing going. There was the giant Chonko pass where AJ hit. Was that Greg Jennings? I ought to pull it up. AJ hit fucking somebody. Man, it doesn't even matter. Let's see. AJ hit. He actually hit Frank Darby on a 35-yard touchdown. And it was beautiful, man. It was really good. It was a really, really good touchdown. That was a great throw. And I felt like such an asshole too, because the play before that, they did some other fucking cute bullshit. Let me pull it up because I wrote notes here because I was feeling myself at this point, okay? The play before that, was some what the fuck did I write? Okay, so here's the deal: is that before that touchdown pass, I'm sitting in the 300 levels. I'm yelling, "Run the goddamn ball! Quit with this cute fucking bullshit!" And I'm not trying to be a man of the. I'm trying to be a man of the people. I'm not going to say I'm not. But when I'm saying this shit, it's just coming off my chest during a game. I'm like, what? Why are we doing this? I'm flying by the seat of my pants up here. And then I had two guys. And listen, I'm not trying to judge anybody based on what they look like. But they were bald men. They were not completely bald. They were George Costanza bald, which means that these people have nothing to live for. And these people were turning around and looking at me and being like, yeah, that guy's right. And if a person who has nothing to live for agrees with you, that means you said the right thing. That is something that I'm going to die on. But I yelled, don't be cute, run the fucking ball. And I was right. There was some... You know what it was? It was that pop pass thing. It was right before the that big touchdown pass, the only touchdown that the Battlehawks had, mind you. They did some the kind of pocket was collapsing a little bit, and they did some pop pass out to, I think it wasn't Jake Sailors, I think it was Jarvian Howard, and he pops it out to him, and it's a tackle for a loss. And I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here, man? And I'm just yelling, and then of course the play after that, they throw this big old touchdown, and this old bag sitting next to me, this old fucking bag sitting next to me, listen, goes, oh, you said run the ball? It's like, no, run the ball on the last play. Obviously, if it's fucking 3rd and 14, we're not going to run the ball there, especially when they're outside of the field. And this old bag's looking at me like I'm an asshole. It's like, no, I know what the fuck I'm talking about, you old bag. Get that, you old bag of bones. I'll push you downstairs. I don't know. I shouldn't be this hot. I'm this hot, man. I don't know. It was... Okay, so let's get back to the game. What was I talking about? I'm working myself up. Okay, so Manny Wilkins, stat line for the game. He was 16 for 29, 147 yards, in touchdown, 3 interceptions. That's a completion rate of 55.2%. It was gnarly, man. They just kept doing these fucking screen passes and passes behind the line of scrimmage. This offense completely abandoned the vertical game. I don't know what it was with this offensive line. This offensive line had their worst game. I mean, it's only been 3 games, and the first 2 games have been pretty good. This offensive line had the worst game of the season. And I mentioned going into the game that I thought there was going to be a lot of sim pressures. There was not as many sim pressures that DC was doing than I thought there would be, and I said, you know what, I think that the sim pressure game is going to be a very big teller on what Manny Wilkins is able to do as a quarterback, whether or not he's got the mental side of things in order to really be able to like decipher that kind of shit. And for what it's worth, he didn't do a good job of it, but the offensive line was constantly playing on their heels. They abandoned the vertical game. The running game was not there. I mean, the Battlehawks totaled 45 rushing yards. Like it was Manny Wilkins for 39 yards. Jacob Sailors 7 carries for 1 yard total. He had 7 carries. Jacob Sailors had seven carries for 1 yard. And it's not only is the yardage terrible. Okay, so to be fair to Jacob Sailors, he did have 7 catches, all 7 of his targets. He got targeted 7 times, caught all 7 of them for 91 yards receiving. Okay, cool, perfect, great. 91-yard running back game. It's a lot of yards for a running back. I would prefer for some of those to go to a wide receiver, but you know what? I'm not going to complain about 91 yards. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to complain about is I'm looking at it right here. Jacob Sailors, 7 carries, 7 single digit 7. Here's the thing: when you're writing an AP style, if it's a single digit number, you have to write it out. You have to write SEVEN. If you read something about this Battlehawks game tomorrow and it says Jacob Sailors 7 carries, you're like, why did I have to read the number 7? Because that's how it's professionally written. Jacob Sailors, the running back, the best running back in this league, had 7 fucking carries for 1 goddamn yard. And it's like, my God, We didn't see any of the traps, at least any of the successful traps when I go back and watch it. The traps are there. We know that with an aggressive, I tell you this, and this is something I'm going to tell you whenever I see it. With an aggressive defensive line that's coming downhill, you're going to be able to take advantage of that. Use that aggressiveness against them. Use the trap lock, a pulling guard from the backside of the play, pulls to the right. It allows the guard and the tackle on the play side to get into the second level. And I did not see a goddamn successful one of those when we fucking knew that they were going to be there. And the offensive game plan for this is just like, I don't know what the fuck we were planning on doing, guys. I don't know what the fuck we were planning on doing with this game. Are we just gonna fuck around? We're just gonna putz around, just put our fucking mushy dick in our hands and just putt off for fucking 3 hours? Because that seems what it looked like. That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like, Phil. That's what it looked like, Phil. You didn't do goddamn shit, Phil. And I'm here. I'm up here. I don't want to be up here. I want to be much lower, man. I don't know. I'm getting all worked up. I can't do this show for too long. It's been 15 minutes. My blood pressure. Here, let's do a live heart rate reading. Let's do. I'm doing this right now. If you're watching, I'm doing this on my watch. We're getting the beats per minute. I'm at 115, guys. I'm at 115. If you're looking at this, I'm at 115 beats per minute. If you think that I'm faking this goddamn shit, you're wrong. I'm here. I'm passionate about this shit, man. It's just, why? Play the fucking game. You play the game, dude. Like, you got a weapon and an offensive line and you completely abandon it. Yeah, they might have gotten beat a handful of times, but keep pressing. Don't abandon the run, dude. Don't abandon the run. Don't abandon the run to a passing game where you're working horizontally and then you're having Manny fuck off in the pocket and he's throwing short and, yeah, short's working. It's like, scheme somebody open, man. That was another thing that I thought about with this off, because the defense. Listen, the defense. I think that the defense did good. The problem here. Okay, let's go to this drive chart. So what we've been used to seeing is that this. And listen, if it sounds like I'm just like clear right now, that's because of years of mental anguish, and I'm able to just drop it off. I'm able to get up high. You take a deep breath. If listen. I hope that you learn something from me doing these shows. I really do. I hope you learn something from me doing the shows. I know ball a decent amount, okay? I hope that you learn something. On a personal level, I just hope that if you learn something on a personal level, learn to breathe. If you breathe, take a deep breath every once in a while. It'll lower everything down. It'll get you from a 12 and it'll bring you back down to a 6. And the 6 is a perfectly fine spot to live. Okay. So, Battlehawks offense. Typically, we're used to seeing these big old extended drives where the defense doesn't have to keep staying doesn't have to get on the field, and the offense did not help this defense, and that's why I blame this game on the offense. The offensive drives. All right, we had a 3 and out. We had a 3 and out. We had a 3 and out. We had 5 plays for 22 yards. Only took 2 minutes and 30 seconds. They punted. We had a 3-play drive that only took 1 minute and 31 seconds. We had a field goal. That play was only 4 plays, 1 minute and 40 seconds, 1 minute and 47 seconds. We had an 8-play drive, which was 1 minute and 29 seconds, and that was the last drive before halftime. So that's totally fine. Then out of halftime, 3 and out. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. A 2 minute and 30 second drive on a 3 and out is pretty impressive, to be fair. That is a statistical anomaly. Then we had a 4 plays, 7 yards, minute and 47 seconds. We had a 6-play drive for 17 yards that ended in a punt. That was the longest drive that the Battlehawks had play-wise. That was the longest drive. No, it wasn't, because the 8 plays for 40 yards. But in the second half, which is where the Battlehawks lost this game, 6 plays, 17 yards, took 3 minutes and 34 seconds. That's the longest time-wise drive. Then there was a 5-play drive, 46 yards, 2 minutes and 31 seconds, ended in an interception. 4 plays, 11 yards, 44 seconds, ended in an interception. It's like, man, this offense did not do anything to help that defense, even a little bit. An extended drive that could take 4 minutes or more. We're looking at the longest drive of this game being 8 plays, and it was the drive going into a field goal before halftime. It's like, brother, man, it's a team game. It's a team game. That's all I'm saying. It's a team game, and the offense absolutely did not show up for it. And again, I'm not blaming this on Manning. Manning definitely could have played better. I'm not saying Manny should not be benched based on this one game. If you're thinking Manny's like, oh, this guy's just a running back, he's showing us who he really was, you're a dumbass. Like, I got nothing else for you. Like, the guy can't. I'm watching the game. I'm watching this game in person. I'm watching it, and I'm saying, why the fuck is the only person going deep Ja'Cour Pearson? Why is there a single high safety, and we're only throwing one fucking receiver into the defensive secondary? Why on earth are we doing that? If you got one safety that far deep, put two wide receivers back there and put this safety under some kind of duress. Make him have some kind of mental anguish. If there's one high safety and you only put one wide receiver back there, this guy's like, hey, how about I just cover the one guy that's here? And it's like, okay, yeah, that makes total sense. If you have Ja'Cour Pearson going deep and then also Gary Jennings going deep, and then you put them, maybe you do a dagger route. What if we did a dagger concept? What if we did that? What if we had the inside guy take the safety off and we had the outside guy run a dig route 20 yards downfield? What if we did that? What if we did that and they had a single high safety? Bet you you'd probably catch it. Bet you you'd probably have a wide open guy. Instead, we only got one clown dick running the fucking back, and we get nothing. Man, that's the story of this offense. This offense had nothing going on. The offensive game planning was dog shit. There was pressure on the defensive line. They were bringing heat. They were bringing a lot of times they're only rushing 4. Honestly, I was looking at this as like, I think they're gonna rush 5, and then they'll really rush 4, and I'd be like, that's kind of surprising. But then Manny would bail a clean pocket, and it was, I don't know, man. And then we had the first field goal that the Battlehawks had was on a 4th and 3 from the defender's 37-yard line. It's like, hey, Anthony, I think that's really stupid. I think that's a pretty dumb. I just dropped the pen. I don't care. Hey, Anthony, I think that's a cowardly thing to do. Kicking. Like, hey, congratulations, you got the points and everything. Congratulations on that. Very proud of you for doing that. It's 3 yards. It was 3 yards on their side of the field. Probably could have got him. That being said, he was also looking at his defense or his offense and what they were doing this game. He was like, actually, they got nothing going on, so probably just kick the field goal. Can't blame him if you think about it like that. He did have a missed challenge. I believe it was in the second quarter. Yeah, because the defenders missed didn't succeed on their challenge, and then. You know what? I actually wrote this down because we got, and listen, I had been, this was on the Battlehawks' last drive of the first half. This is fun, man. Just looking at my notes for this drive. All right, I wrote 2:20 left in the first half. Offense needs something. The offense is relying on Jacob Sailors to kill. They're not scheming him open. But he is really good, and I believe that's one of them plays where he had some kind of like fucking 30-yard reception, like catch and run or something like that. And it's like, okay, yeah, it's like, yeah, they're relying on Jacob Sailors to kill, and they're like, all right, talent's going to beat talent. It's like, well, talent is going to beat talent, and Jacob Sailors is going to beat people because he is talented. It doesn't have to be like that. You could help him. You could help these guys. You could help these pass catchers. You could help them. You could help them. You could help them get open, but they don't do that. They took the Nick Sirianni approach and just like everybody is Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. And if everybody is Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, it works. But Gary Jennings Jr. is not A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith, and it's very frustrating to me to watch. It's very frustrating for me to watch. And then the play after the Jacob Sailors thing, he overthrows Ja'Cour Pearson. They got to scheme him up with 2. That's the one that I wrote. Take the safety out or put him in conflict. That's all I wrote. But then there was some kind of defensive pass interference at the Battlehawks challenge, that big tone challenge in the first half. And, hey, buddy, don't challenge in the first half. How many times do we have to do this? Don't challenge in the first half. Because if you challenge in the first half, especially on a play that's not a scoring play, you look like a goddamn idiot. You look like a goddamn idiot. You look like a fucking idiot because, hey, guess what? You just wasted your challenge. You just wasted your challenge on a non-scoring play. And now if there is something that these refs are going to miss later on, I don't know, say an offensive pass interference or an illegal block downfield or an illegal man downfield or any of these other plays that these refs consistently miss, you can't challenge that anymore. In do or die time. So Big Tone challenges a play, and then he was right. It was a defensive pass interference, but then fucking Dean Blandino gets on the goddamn fucking show, and they play his voice over the stadium mic, and he's like, if you slow it down, yeah, if you go frame by frame, then it's not a DPI. If you do it normal speed, then yeah, it's a bang bang play. But if you slow it down, then it's not. It's like, well, Dean, the cool thing about you being there, Dean, some might argue the only goddamn reason that you're fucking there, Dean, the only reason you're there is to look at it while it's slow. I saw it. I'm an asshole sitting in the goddamn 300 section yelling, run the ball. That's what I'm doing, and I saw that it was a DPI. I saw that when it was that bang bang play. You're the guy who can slow it down, and that's your job, my guy, Dean. That's your fucking job, is to slow it down. And when you slow it down, and you're like, yeah, well, when I slow it down, it looks like this. Hey, end the sentence there. You slowed it down, and it looks like that. That's it. We solved the problem, Dean. Should Tone have challenged that? Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying. If you wanted to be like, if Dean Blandino wanted to look at that and be like, hey, this is a DPI, but I'm going to punish Anthony Becht for challenging early in a game, I would applaud you. I would kiss your feet. I'd suck them little toes. I'd bring that piggy to the market, baby. I'm all the way back home. I'm yelling, wee. I'd boof that foot. I would boof that foot. Okay, but instead he's like, well, if you slow it down frame by frame, then I'm gonna dog cuss you because you're a piece of shit. You're a cowardly fuck. Okay, that's a cop out. That's you not wanting to make a decision. That is exactly what that is. You're like, well, I'm gonna bang bang play. It's like, no, you slowed it down. It wasn't a bang bang play when you slowed it down, which is what the entire fucking job is. That's your job. If you don't want it to be your job, then don't take the job. If you don't want it to, it's called a fucking super challenge. You can challenge any goddamn thing you want to. And if it's called the super challenge, then it should be looked at in a super eye. If you don't want it to be looked at in a super eye, then don't call it a super challenge. Call it a mega challenge. Call it a mondo challenge. Call it an ultra challenge. Don't call it a super challenge. Call it a fucking challenge. I think I've gone on long enough. This game was dog shit. I'll be back with you guys later on in the week. The defense, I thought they played well. Again, it just sucks that the plays that Jordan Ta'amu had. Let's see. Jordan Ta'amu was 17 for 37, 243 yards, had a 45.9 completion rate. It was like he had a I guess you can't say objectively because he got 3 touchdown passes over Manny Wilkins 1. But like if you're watching this game, both of these quarterbacks played bad in their specific ways. Manny Wilkins was doing bad things before he threw the ball, and Jordan Ta'amu could not throw the ball. I don't know. That's where I'm at. I'm tired of this. I'll be back with you guys. I'm going to watch the game tonight and tomorrow and the day after that, and then I'll come back with you guys with the recap and really go in on people. If you thought that this was if you thought this was too much, I haven't even begun to peak. But this has been solid. Thank you guys very much for watching. This has been a ReHawkTion, and I feel like this is a pretty good ReHawkTion. Considering everything that we just saw, I realized I just turned the screen back to my camera and I see I'm wearing a Positive Vibes Only hat. That has not been the case. This has been a ReHawkTion. I appreciate you guys for hanging out, watching. If you feel bad about this game, you should. You shouldn't want Manny Wilkins to be fired and want Max Duggan because we don't know. Max Duggan is completely unknown. We know what Manny Wilkins offers to this team, and it's good when it's good. Apparently, he's got some growing to do, which we probably should have seen that one coming. And the whole reading the sim pressures did not go as well as anybody probably wanted. But that's where we're at. I'll catch you guys later. I'll catch you guys on Tuesday or Wednesday, probably more likely Wednesday with a with my recop. And yeah, again, we'll really dig in on people in that aspect. Again, thank you. Go Birds, go Battlehawks, go Ironbirds. Cause the law. If you say anything to anybody, they're gonna be like, "Oh, that guy's a Battlehawks guy." Like when I was walking in the game today, I bring beers in every time I pack them in my clear backpack, and nobody ever knows. But this gal waved me down and like I went through and she's like, "Oh, okay, you're good." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And then this other gal that was scanning the tickets like could not get him going. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I messed up." I said, "No, it's all good." But clearly when I said, "No, it's all good," she was like, "Oh, this guy's a Battlehawks guy," which obviously context there. I was at the game. Obviously she probably thought that, but that's that's reality. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Battlehawks are 2-1. This game sucked. They will play this team again later on, and pray to God it looks better than what the fuck this was on offense, man. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.